G'day.
G'day.
Thanks for stopping by. Well, come and join us as we give you our ultimate guide to caravanning the Oodnadatta Track. So here we are in Maree. For many, the start of the Oodnadatta Track. But for us, it was the end point.
We have a tale to tell about that, don't we, Paul?
We do. So, come and join us as we do the Oodnadatta Track.
Yep.
The Oodnadatta Track is an unsealed road that follows a line of natural springs feeding from the Great Artesian Basin and was originally an Aboriginal trading route. The track is just over 600 kilometres and runs between the outback towns of Maree and Marla. For our trip, we'll be travelling from the opal mining town of Coober out to Oodnadatta to join the track. Now, it's essential to prep for the trip as resources can be scarce in some of these remote areas.
So here's where we're going to fill up with water. Even in the caravan parks, there is no water. Still going?
Yeah.
So I just paid for the water.
How much was that?
150 litres for $5.
$5.
Yeah. Again, staying at the Old Timers Mine. They provide a free camp just here to the left of the mine, down the gully a little way, I suppose. Just so you know that they do provide toilets, but the toilets are all the way on the far right. So a little way, but still, it's a great toilet, nice and clean, and definitely worth a visit here.
We're about to head across to Oodnadatta from Coober. We'll just run in to grab us some lunch from the local IGA before we hit the road. We're also speaking to someone yesterday who said about going out to see the Painted Desert, which is on the way. It adds about half an hour to the trip, but it's on a slightly different road again. So we're not 100% sure. We're going to see what the track's like as we get out there and then make a decision whether we go out to Painted Desert or straight across to Oodnadatta.
Well, here we are at the iconic sign. Oh, look at that. Coober to Oodnadatta, open. Painted Desert Road, open. Yay! Oh, look, Paul, scan for road conditions.
Here we go. No reception. Nah, kidding. Outback Road warnings. No, all good.
All good?
Yep.
Take a look at this. On the road from Coober to Oodnadatta, this is the natural landscape.
This is where we really started to experience the remoteness of this region.
So 50 kilometres from Coober, the road turns to dirt.
The road here is in quite good condition. How barren is it out here?
So this is what the turnoff looks like to get to Caravanning Station, which is the turnoff you want to take when you're going to the Painted Desert from Coober. He's Paul putting down the tyres, somewhere around 25 to 28. Yeah, this road down to the Painted Desert has become quite corrugated and bumpy, so made the decision to put the tyres down on both the van and the car. So we've arrived at Caravanning, and this is the place that you would stay if you wanted to see the sunrise or the sunset over the Painted Desert. Obviously the road that we've come on, I certainly wouldn't do that road at night, or definitely not in the dark. So here is Caravanning Station. Here we go. Here's a sign. Okay, we're going to the Painted Desert and then in Oodnadatta today, but you actually can come in from the Stuart Highway.
The 10 kilometres from Akaringa to the Painted Desert Lookout was some of the most bone-jarring driving we have done. It's clearly not as well maintained as the other roads or tracks. Then you are rewarded with the spectacular views of the Painted Desert.
Oh wow, come and have a look at this. It looks incredible.
Coming! Oh wow, that is incredible. That, folks, is the Painted Desert. How amazing is that?
There is a rugged beauty about this place and a sense of isolation, with no signs of civilization to be seen. There is a car park here. It was quite easy to get in and out of with our van. The section of this track back to Oodnadatta Road was in better condition, and then the road into Oodnadatta itself was actually quite smooth.
Yeah, Paul? How much is petrol here?
$2.90.
$2.90? Oh my goodness. We pulled up in Oodnadatta at the Pink Roadhouse for petrol. We're going to stay here the night. Not sure where yet. Here we are at the Pink Roadhouse in Oodnadatta. That is so iconic.
Today we stayed at the Oodnadatta Caravan Park, which is attached to the Pink Roadhouse, basically. It's right next door to it. It's a very basic area. We're the only ones here. There's a few mushrooms around where you can plug in for power. I think if it's busy, I think they discourage you from staying hitched up, but because there was hardly anyone around, it was easy for us to do it. So there's a few cabins here. So the caravan park was $32 for the night with power, and as I said, you can hook up to the water here, but yeah, we didn't really want to fill our tanks with the bore water. Unpowered is $22 a night, so it's $10 less. It costs you $10 for a bit of power.
Come on, I'll take you to have a look at the amenities. They are so outback. This is the ladies, okay? Got to step up into them, so just be aware. But look at this, oh my goodness, this is so cool. This is where I had my shower this morning. So you walk into the shower area, and this is kind of the dressing area. So what you do is you just pull the curtain across, like that. Look, now you've got a little private area where you get dressed, and over here you have two showers. So one, oh, there's my little exfoliating sponge, and two, both exactly the same, but you have them in one area.
Now just up the road from the Pink Roadhouse is the Oodnadatta Railway Station Museum. The historic Garn Railway used to stop here.
But this was the last stop for the Garn at one time.
There you get the key from the Roadhouse.
Yep, with a cash deposit.
Give it a cash security deposit. They give you the key and you have a self-guided tour of the museum. Let's go take a look.
There are two sections of the museum. This part seems to be a work in progress. And then in this section, there are some very informative displays about the history of the area, the community that lives here, and their connection with the region.
Up the road here, there is a place where you can get drinking water. And you can fill up your tanks here. It's not cheap, it's certainly not as economical as the one in Kupapedi, but the one here is desalinated water.
Wow, look at the sunset. Amazing. I don't think this even does it justice. It's so bright orange, it's amazing.
Our stay in Oodnadatta was done, and it was now time to head down to William Creek. For its size, we found Oodnadatta to be quite well resourced for caravanning, although there is no dump point here.
So now we're on the way. We're on the Oodnadatta Track. Whoa! On the Oodnadatta Track, Paul. This is the Oodnadatta Track. Amazing. Wow. This is the Oodnadatta Track. It's alright for the moment. Looks pretty well made at the moment.
Yep, so the first 50 metres of it's been great.
First 15 metres.
So the Oodnadatta Track has a whole heap of attractions along the way, so we found out. This section that we're doing today is from Oodnadatta down to William Creek, and it's just over 200 kilometres. So, but along the way there's things like the Caravanning Bridge, which is an old bridge that the Garn Railway used to use. You have to check that out, and a few other things. We picked up a map in Oodnadatta from the Roadhouse.
Yeah.
And I'll put a picture of that up here, and you can have a look at that.
It's free.
It's a free map. It came.
You just pick it up at the Roadhouse when you go in there.
And it gives you all the highlighted attractions along the way that you can stop at. Now there's heaps, and we probably won't even stop at every one of them.
Oh, we couldn't, Paul. We'd be there all year.
I'm going to pick out a few and have a look and see how we go.
Yep.
We found the condition of the road varied from nice and smooth to heavily corrugated.
So I just wanted to stop and show you the road. This is the Oodnadatta Track, not too far from Oodnadatta towards William Creek.
So we pulled up at the Caravanning Railway Bridge at Waterhole to go and have a look at this historic place. Just pulled up here on the side of the road, and we'll go and wander over and have a look. So it's only about a 5 or 10 minute walk into the bridge from where we parked the car. You can actually camp on the sides here too. You ready for a bit of exercise? It's a bit of a climb up those stairs there.
That's to get to the bridge. I suppose you could just enjoy it down here. Or take the steps.
At nearly 600 metres, the Caravanning Bridge was once the longest bridge in South Australia and provides a great photo opportunity. It was built over the Neils River to allow the Garn to cross during floods. The view from up here is definitely worth the effort. You can safely walk onto the first section of the bridge to take in some more of this amazing scenery and landscape.
Made it, Paul.
We did. Caravanning Bridge.
Caravanning Bridge. Now, to get down the stairs. Oh, it looks a bit steep. Crazy. That sounds right. Four-wheel drive access only.
We wanted to visit Peak Overland Telegraph Station, but chose to turn back when the track became a little too rough even for us. We could have unhitched but decided not to. Back on the track, we're only about 5 kilometres out of William Creek, and then this.
Done, eh, Paul? Look at that. First incident.
Because we were so close to William Creek, we actually had phone reception. We were able to contact the RACV, who would have provided assistance, but we were able to change the tyre and resume our trip into town. Fortunately, we were also able to get the tyre repaired here, although it did cost $85. Booking into the campground is done through the William Creek Hotel. Actually, just about everything at William Creek is done through the hotel.
So the William Creek campground is quite a large, open, spacious area. It's a bit empty at the moment. There's a shower block here with a couple of toilets and the showers. There's a laundry over there, some cabins, huge open spaces. And as you can see, our van is pretty solitary here. It's a camp kitchen. Let's go over and have a look at this camp kitchen. Alright, so the camp kitchen, I don't know what that is. There's a bench, a little dusty maybe. Sinks, hot and cold running water. Yeah, it's a fire here where you can set up a barbecue. Okay, that's it. William Creek Campground. $36 a night, power and water.
We booked into the best restaurant in town, the William Creek Hotel, of course.
William Creek Bush Burger.
Gluten-free version.
Gluten-free burger.
Looks healthier, doesn't it?
20 minutes from now, Wendy's going to be on a plane flying over Lake Eyre.
I know.
So we booked into the flight place here in Williams Creek,
It's called Wright's Airways.
and they, for $320, they take you for an hour flight and get over Lake Eyre. Well, there's water in at the moment, so it should be quite spectacular.
I hope so.
Haven't been able to get the drone up because it's so windy here,
Yeah.
so hopefully the flight gives us some nice footage of Lake Eyre. We get to see that, which would be great. So this is the William Creek Airport, and here is a departure lounge.
The flight takes you to Lake Eyre North over Anna Creek Station, the largest working cattle station in the world. You get to see river systems and the graphic patterns they form when they enter the lake. Upon reaching Lake Eyre, you descend down over Belt Bay, the lowest point in the Australian continent. From the air, you get to enjoy the visual extremities of the world's largest salt lake. The colours and the patterns of the area surrounding the lake look breathtaking from the air. The lake had been filled by recent floodwaters earlier this year, but was now starting to dry up again, which meant most of the bird life had now left.
Well, how was it?
It was good. I got to see Lake Eyre. There wasn't an enormous amount of water on it, but there was enough. Saw some pelicans and some cattle.
Can't wait to see the footage.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up this section of our guide to Caravanning the Oodnadatta Track. Hopefully you can join us next time as we continue this outback adventure and visit Coward Springs, Mount Springs, do some crazy rough roads and get up close to Lake Eyre. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye for now.
Bye.